What up, peeps? It's your boy Heckin. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm at All Things Collectible. It's a nice trading card shop, comic book shop, all kinds of cool shit. So let's go in there and check it out. All right, guys. So when you first walk in here, to the left of the front door, you've got a bunch of older sports cards sitting here on the shelf. You got a basketball, you got some football, some hobby boxes here, you know, and they're pricey. I mean, that's from like 4 years ago. That's pretty expensive. I mean, sports cards have been expensive in general recently. Then you got a bunch of baseball, which I'm not really a big baseball guy. I like to play baseball. And, but yeah, not really keeping up with the show, or not the show, but the sport. Then you got a bunch of older Pokemon sets here, and, you know, some of those prices will scare the shit out of you, you know. But I imagine that's how much that stuff's worth, because, you know, once it's out of print, especially that celebration stuff, it is what it is, man. You got to pay what you can find it for. But look at that, you know, even some Harry Potter old school boosters, like $20 a pack, and then there's some booster boxes of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I'm sure those are in the thousands. Then up here at the counter, man, there's like this like case on the counter, and look at these old Magic the Gathering sets that he has. He's got like boosters for like a lot of that stuff, man. And, you know, there's been a lot of Magic put out, you know, over the course of, what is it, like 32 years, I think? 33 years, something like that, because, you know, Magic's been going since like early 90s. But I asked him about it. You know, the owner's name is Will. I was like, where do you get these older packs from? Are these ones that you've like held on to, or people bring them in? And he said, you know, it's a little bit of both. Like, people bring in older packs, but he's very picky who he buys from, because, you know, he's got to be able to trust the source. But that's crazy, you know, like, this is basically like a Magic the Gathering fan's wet dream to come in this store and be able to actually buy these boosters. And I like that Bulba. That's an oversized pop figure. This is in like the second half side of the store. You know, lots of figures, lots of collectibles. Got some wrestling figures here, loose, and you know, some of them look pretty old. And by old, I mean like 10-20 years ago. But then over here, you know, we've got some fairly recent figures, and then some Star Wars stuff is there too. And then this moves over here into your like newer comic book section. And I was definitely checking into this today. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to come to the store, was to get some comic books. But then he had a few older issues over here in this glass case. And over here, well, there's the Pokemon stuff. But yeah, over here we had actually some graded ones, which is crazy. And those are some older issues. I'm not really a big fan of grading in general, but oh, we got some Kevin Nash autographed. Looks like Solo Sikoa, Dominic Mysterio, maybe that was Dominic, I think it was. But then, yeah, some more figures over here. And, you know, this store is called All Things Collectible, right? And, man, they really do have, like, all things collectible in this store. It is a massive store. You will not be able to see everything in one visit, and you definitely will probably have to pause at some points in the video if you want to see. I tried to kind of go slow with the like, you know, the camera panning and everything, but man, there's just so much. It would take forever to just stand there and like capture everything. We had some signed mini helmets down here. Looks like there's a signed baseball bat. And I don't know what's up with these blue packs. Maybe that's just like a bunch of cards of the same people, and a couple of gradeds there. But yeah, you know, if you need some Fergie Jenkins Hall of Fame 91, there you go. And, oh, and then over here, there's, like, some signed, it's, like, celebrity cards. I see you got a Daniel LaRusso, Ralph Macchio, all kinds of stuff, man. And honestly, it was hard for me to see while also trying to film. So some of the stuff I'm kind of seeing for the first time. And then there was a bunch of pops. He's got a lot of pop figures in the store, like whether it be loose or, you know, newer stuff. There's a lot of signed pops, which I think, yeah, down there, we're about to look at those. And some of them are pretty crazy. And actually, last year I bought a signed Jack Skeleton by Danny Elfman for my girlfriend for Christmas. That was one of the presents I got her. And I got it from here. Ooh, a Stephen King signed pop. And then you got some Dragon Ball signed pops there. You know, I love pop figures, but for right now, man, I'm kind of on like a buying freeze with pop figures. A couple of patch cards. And then you got some more celebrity signed cards. I don't really recognize at first glance any of those people. Of course, I had to pause it probably and look. Yeah. But no, man, it's a crazy story. Oh, there we got Henry Winkler's autograph. I like that Joker card there. I think that was the Joker. And yeah, all kinds of stuff, man. But yeah, like I said, I was primarily there for some comic books today. But man, I've bought all kinds of stuff from here before. And even behind the counter, which I'll show in a little bit, they got a lot of different trading cards. And then this right here, man, this is probably one of the biggest Polly Pocket collections that I've ever seen in my life. And every time I come in the store, I always go and check it out. You know, I had a Polly Pocket when I was a kid, and I know that was more of a girl toy, but I didn't give a shit, man. I thought it was fun. I thought it was cool. Have just like a little person living in the palm of my hand. That was super cool, man. So yeah, I get a lot of nostalgia from looking at these Polly Pockets. They don't make stuff like that for kids anymore, man, because kids don't really care about that kind of shit. They just want to get on their iPad and fuck around. I like that Jurassic Park pop up there. We got some older figures over there we'll take a look at in a second, I believe. And some loose sports cards. Yeah, we got some Transformers. These are semi-recent, you know, the past few years. I know Scott from Gamers Alley, he loves checking this place out. He's done a couple of videos in this store. And, you know, they're not really competitors, man. They kind of collaborate and work together. You know, because you make more business that way when you don't talk negative about your competition. You work together with your competition. Yeah, back here, see, you'll probably have to, you know, pause the video. There's so much, there's so many different limited runs of sports cards, trading cards, you know, of TV shows, all kinds of stuff back there. And then we got some loose Magic singles up here. And then down here, there's also some loose singles of Pokemon, but he also has newer sets of Pokemon too behind the counter, more towards the front of the store. I guess I didn't capture that, but yeah, man, you can pretty much get anything you want in the store. Alright peeps, I'm back home now. I didn't pick up too much stuff from All Things Collectible, but I do have a lot of stuff to show you guys that I picked up recently. But yeah, I've been getting, you know, into reading comics again. I think it was because when I went to the antique shop and saw them, it made me think, you know, like, I need to get back into that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that expensive of a hobby. I mean, it can be if you read a lot of books, but I picked these up on Amazon. So these are like, I think they're called like DC Compact Comics. And it's like 7 issues in one. And so, I mean, this was like $10 or $11 versus, you know, paying $5 an issue. So if you're looking to like read some stories that are just like standalone, you can get these for super cheap. So it's really good for budgeting. And there's a volume 1 and a volume 2 for this particular one. This is In the Court of the Owls, or In the Court of Owls. And I've actually already read this one. I read this one the other day, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Of course, I have to get used to my old man vision, you know, looking at dark colored pages again, you know, above the light where I do read. So I am excited to check out volume 2 here and, you know, conclude the story. Also, one thing that I thought was really cool about this is not only does it like kind of tell you like when the next issue starts for anybody that has no clue, but like when you're reading this, you'll come to like this, and that's like the cover for that issue. Right there. And then on the back, there's like the black and white version. But then at the end of the book, there is all the variant covers. It's kind of hard to see, I know. All the variant covers for the different issues. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. So we have volume 1, volume 2 of that. And then the new Superman movie kind of like revitalized my love for Superman. So I got this one. It's a little bit bigger. I think it was between 15 and 20 for this one. Obviously, it's more issues, I believe. But yeah, I wanted to check this out. And there's a bunch more of these, like, trade paperback or compact comics that I want to pick up. Like, we got another Batman Hush here. I'm in a huge Batman mood. But yeah, with the comics, though, I did pick up this sweet-ass comic book storage box. It was like $4 more than just a plain white box. And I love Amazing Spider-Man. So I figured I'd go ahead and pick that up. But I actually put my comic issues inside here. And I didn't get too many comics there, but, you know, that was because I still have some of these thicker ones to read. So I didn't want to, like, overdo myself here. But we got, first of all, we'll start off with this. We got issue number 1 of the new Batman. So this just started a couple weeks ago. So I'm excited to check that out. And then I also got a variant cover of it. So this won't be opened. This is just for me to collect. But it's the same comic, just with a variant cover. So I don't really need to open it, you know what I mean? And then Captain America, Our Secret Wars was another series that started recently. So we got issue 1 of that. And we got issue number 2 of that. I wasn't a big Captain America fan until, you know, the Marvel movies and stuff really opened me up to liking Captain America. So we got issues 1, 2, and 3. This one came out this week. So we pretty much, you know, I was lucky he had the other 2 issues in the store. So we're all caught up with that. So that's what we'll be following. We'll be following Batman, and we'll be following the Captain America. And maybe some other ones that started again recently. I don't want to just jump in the middle. I could always wait for the trade paperbacks, you know, that come out later, because apparently that happens pretty often. I didn't realize that. And then I also got the Mortal Thor, issue number 1, which just started. And I got a variant for that because this cover right here is just so cool. So I went ahead and picked that up too, since it was sitting there. You know, the thing is I was going to just read them digitally, but I knew that I was going to go to his store and film. And, you know, you can't actually just download Marvel's app and buy comics individually anymore. Now they make it to where you have to subscribe. And when you subscribe, you can't even read the new stuff because it's like on a timer thing, like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days behind. So I said, what the fuck is that? That's fucking lame. Plus, when you physically have it, it's more fun. I'm really stoked about getting back into the comics. Now, records, man, I've picked up a lot of records this week. And honestly, the reason I didn't pick up any games is, one, because I've got a big backlog right now. But also because I just dropped a $1,000 payment on my couch, which I'm going to have paid off in like 2 weeks now. But yeah, that's because I dropped that $1,000. So a lot of my extra fun money this month is, you know, gone because it went to that. I had to pay my insurance too, but that's not that much. So record-wise, I picked up Alienation by 3 Days Grace. This is their new album. Their original singer came back, but they didn't boot the other singer. So now you've got 3 Days Grace with 2 lead singers, and it's actually really good. I bought the CD as well. The CD's in the car. I didn't get all of these today, by the way. This came over the past like week. Some yesterday. There was one I bought today. I was actually really excited to get this. So this is a copy of Discovery by Daft Punk, and it's got Digital Love on it. It's got Aerodynamic. It's got One More Time, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. So a lot of bangers on there. And it sounds amazing on vinyl. And then I also got this. Rob Zombie's, I believe this is his first album. It's the one that's got Dragula on it and Living Dead Girl. Other than those 2 songs, I don't really care about the rest. But those 2 songs are awesome. And then I did pick this up today. This is a MTV Unplugged of Stone Temple Pilots. Good price on it too. It's like $18. It's 180 gram. Does this say color vinyl? I don't know what color it is. I haven't opened it up yet. Maybe we should do that right now. Stone Temple Pilots MTV Unplugged. Oh, it's purple. That's pretty cool. I dig it. Next up, I got Green Day's American Idiot. Love this record. I haven't listened to it yet. Yesterday when I got them in, I got a lot of these off of Amazon. Just went ahead and unboxed them all and took all the wrapping off of them. Just put them in a trash bag so I wouldn't have to do it one by one. Sublime's 40 Ounces to Freedom. Great record. I already have their self-titled album with Santeria on it and stuff. For all my new metal fans, we got some Limp Bizkit Significant Other. Can't wait to listen to this. I bet you it sounds pretty good on vinyl. Of course, Fred Durst is from a town nearby me. Not in Jacksonville. He's from McCaddenville, North Carolina. Then we got Slipknot's 5, The Gray Chapter. This is the only album by them that I didn't already have. And I don't really like this album that much. But maybe on another listen through, maybe I will. That was just me completing it. You know, completing the discography. Then we got Green Day's Dookie. This is pressed on baby blue vinyl. And it's a great album, man. You know, it's got When I Come Around on it. It's got Welcome to Paradise. It's good shit, man. And then these are from a while ago. We got Chris Stapleton's Traveler. I think I might have actually showed this off. I can't remember. But there you have it, man. That's everything that I got today, yesterday, and earlier in the week. Yeah, shout out to All Things Collectible, man. Great store. Definitely going to start coming in probably every Wednesday on my lunch break to pick up some new comics if there is a new comic out that I want. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video.